Suds and Beer? I am TJ, and this is day number 19 of our Beer and a Take 25 Beers of Christmas countdown. We are in the Scoreboard Addicts pub once again, and tonight for you I have Dogfish Head Brewery Wake Up Worldwide Stout. Big fan of Dogfish Head Brewery. This is probably my favorite brewery of all time. This is a stout with malted barley, organic Nicaraguan Finca Terratito coffee, cold pressed coffee, oat milk solids, hops, cinnamon, dextrose, and organic maple syrup. On the label, it didn't have the alcohol by volume. I had to look it up, and it says it's anywhere from 16 to 18% alcohol by volume. So this is going to be a heavy hitter.
I ain't as thick as a drunk I am.
Without a doubt. Let's try it out. Cheers. Oh yeah.
Oh! There's the flavor!
That has like almost no carbonation to it at all. Up front, you definitely get the alcohol. It hits you right in the face. It reminds me of a barrel-aged stout. Yeah, it definitely reminds me of like a barrel-aged stout, something that was aged in a whiskey barrel. It has that flavor right up front, and then as it goes on, you get those that cinnamon spice and the oat, and then it finishes with that coffee, and that coffee lingers. I mean, it's still going. My mouth literally tastes like I just sipped on nice cold brew coffee from somewhere expensive. But very heavy, like very heavy on the palate.
There's that word again, heavy. Why are things so heavy in the future? Is there a problem with the Earth's gravitational pull?
Like I said, no carbonation. The 16 to 18% alcohol by volume, it's present. You can tell. So if you're somebody that doesn't like the taste of that more boozy beer, you may not like this. But me, I'm a whiskey drinker. I drink my whiskey neat. This hits just fine. Tonight for you, I do not have a sports take. Instead, I'm going to give you, the struggling viewers, 5 things you can get for your significant other. This is more towards men because, I mean, I can't speak to women. I struggle to buy my wife Christmas presents, but last minute gifts for the guy in your life. And we're going to start with something very simple and something that almost every guy loves. EDC items, right? Whether it's this Olight Arcfeld flashlight that somebody can throw in their pocket. You never know when the need arises for a flashlight. And just your average EDC knife. I mean, this one is a CJRB. My wife actually got this for me. It was like 45 or 50 bucks. Threw a little, paracord loop on the end of it. But just your basic folding knife. Good action on it. I mean, can't go wrong with somebody in your life that loves EDC items. Flashlight, knife, no one's gonna complain. Next is something that all men who love sports could always use. Balls. Tennis balls, pickleballs, golf balls. Hell, you can tickle his balls, who gives a shit? But if you have a sports enthusiast in your life, you can always use some kind of sports equipment, and generally these things are a great stocking stuffer and go for pretty cheap, so can't go wrong there. The 3 through 5 on my list is going to be your ATF section: alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. So we'll start with the alcohol. If your guy loves whiskey like I do,
Bourbon. Right?
Yeah.
you can go with something like this Early Times Bottled and Bond. It's like 27 bucks for a liter. Can't go wrong. And if you know nothing about whiskey, sticking with bonded or bottled and bond is always the way to go. 100 proof. You know you're getting quality right from the distillery. And any whiskey fan is going to love a good bonded or bottled and bond bottle of whiskey. This Jack Daniel's Bonded is tremendous, under 30 bucks as well, the same as this Early Times. And then if you really want to blow his socks off, anything from Van Winkle or Weller, E.H. Taylor, Stagg. You get him something like that, and I guarantee you he will owe you for the rest of his natural born life. Now, on to tobacco. If your guy loves cigars, you can't go wrong with just a nice stocking stuffer. The sky's the limit. You can go from a $5 stick all the way up to a $50 stick. But if you got a cigar lover in your life, can't go wrong with a nice stocking stuffer. And then last but not least for my ammo sexuals, you got a guy who likes going to the range shooting, maybe a nice concealed carry inside the waistband holster. Always good, relatively cheap, multiple different companies. My favorite is probably Tier 1, but sky's the limit again with these. You can go from 20 bucks to 120 bucks with these holsters, depending on what he likes. Just know what gun he has, obviously, and what he carries. Maybe he's doesn't carry, maybe he just likes to go to the range and plink around. Ammunition. You can't go wrong with some ammo. I mean, this is like 12 bucks for a box of 20 rounds. I think this was like 40 bucks. But if you have a guy in your life that loves going to the gun range, a couple of rounds of ammo will do him good, put a smile on his face. And then for the crazy people like me, maybe that guy on the chimney isn't Santa hustling his fat ass down the chimney. Maybe it's a burglar, so you gotta be prepared. What guy couldn't use a full-on plate carrier for what goes bump in the night, right? I mean, if you want to spend a little cash and keep your man safe, or maybe he's nice enough to throw it on you as he goes investigates that knock at the door 3 o'clock in the morning.
Don't call 911.
Obviously this is a little crazy, a lot more expensive, looking at probably about 100 bucks for the carrier itself, and then the plates inside, if you go for like level 3, you're looking at about $60 a plate, but still, can never be too safe, right? Back to the beer. I don't think I need this. So, while I was bullshitting that entire time, that beer has lingered in my mouth. I taste it, man. I think I'm gonna need to brush my teeth to get that smell and flavor out of my mouth. That's how long this lingers on the palate, and it's amazing. I'm loving it. It's oddly sweet at the forefront, and I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe it's that oat milk that's coming through with a little bit of sweetness, because it is very smooth on the palate, and then it just fades into that coffee, that cold pressed coffee, and it is so good. This is not something you're gonna drink to quench your thirst. This is something at the end of the night, maybe instead of a whiskey or whatever liquor you like to drink, a nice nightcap, sitting by the fireplace, looking at the Christmas tree with your family, and sipping on something like this. This is something that you're not gonna slam down. It is not crushable by any means, but that's not the point of this beer. Nice, slow sipping, enjoyable beverage. This is absolutely tremendous. I'm giving this a 4. This is 4 out of 5. Very good for what it is. If you like those strong flavors, if you like that coffee note, and if you like a very alcoholic beer. But that was my beer and a take. Merry Christmas. Cheers.
Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment.